Come on YouTube. I've been wanting to shoot a video of this for quite some time now. This is my 1986 service truck that I bought. Just figure I'll show you guys how I'm going to set it up. So this was you hear my dog in the background of the house. Electric air compressor that I converted to gas for the service truck. I went on eBay, bought one of these unloader valves, and then put an old rototiller engine on it, mounted to an aluminum plate, and then flipped the tank upside down. Haven't painted it yet. Flipped the tank upside down, and I took the 1/4-inch pipe and opened it up to 3/8 with the larger fitting for my 1-inch impact. The fuel tank I put in here, it's gonna get painted, and it'll have in red lettering, you know, off-road diesel only on it. And then over here is where I'm gonna put my 5 gallons of, you know, engine oil, hydraulic oil, gear oil. This was the Harbor Freight crane. I made my own base. That's what are the 1/2 inch? I think those are 1/2 inch grade 8 bolts in it. I didn't like Harbor Freight's weld. It was kind of sketchy, so I went back over them, and then I made all of this. And there's a tube all the way down to the floor, and then this telescopes up, so it can, you know, get quite a bit higher. And it works pretty good. I have, instead of this thin wall tubing here, I have in the shop, which I'll show you, a piece of, I think it's 1/4-inch wall tubing somewhere over here. Let's see my mess. Yeah, 1/4-inch wall tubing is quite a bit better. I mean, that it served its purpose, that crane. I mean, it lifts this welder up that I have, and I mean, that sucker's a beast. I don't know what it weighs, but it's, I don't know, 600-800 pounds. It makes, when that crane's swiveled out behind the bumper, it makes the dualies squat. So, but I got something really cool I'm gonna do to it. So I made it work. I haven't finished it yet. A bracket, a plate that I'm gonna weld right here. And my fiance, because she loves me so much, bought me the 2,500 pound ATV winch. And for what I'm gonna use it for, it'll last forever. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna lift 2,500 pounds on that little crane. I mean, 1,000 pounds maybe. So, but I mean, it serves its purpose. Really, what I built. Also, the reason why I'm going with the 1/4-inch is because I want to have it come out to here, another, you know, 1.5 longer. That way, it's just easier for telescoping out. This, pretty much the whole purpose of this is just to, you know, if I gotta replace a radiator in the skidder, or, you know, replace a hydraulic pump in a shovel, something like that. It's just easier than doing it, you know, by yourself. Or, I mean, have to get someone. This way I can do it by myself. And another thing that I really liked about the ATV winch is it's keyless. I mean, it's a remote, and I can just put that on the key ring for this service truck. So this is what I plan on doing. This door hangs up just a second. Once I fix this sucker, I'm gonna put all new shelves all the way down in this drawer, and this one will have mostly my you know, just miscellaneous junk in it. Right now, these are all miscellaneous junk right now. This box here, this opens up. Let's see what I got in here. Just a sec. Takes 2 hands to open it. All right. What do I got in here right now? DOT Airlines, some gasket material, more gasket material, fuel pumps, line, shackles, air hose. But this will be all drawers, and I'll have like my O-rings in here, my nuts and bolts, my silver solder, you know, soldering irons, stuff like that. Let's see if I can close this here. This one will have I'll clean it up. Right now this has all the slack adjusters in it, taillights for the log truck, some new rubbers for the brake cans, type 30. This will have all my air tools in it. Probably going to put a shelf in there. That vise is going to go, I'm going to put an 8-inch vise on this. I put that on there, but it's a piece of junk and it broke. So, just not what I want it for. Right now, this drawer is all my oils. And I'm not sure if this is going to stay that way. I think this one's going to have all the, you know, PB Blaster, WD-40, engine oil, brake fluid, stuff like that. This probably will stay a service. I'll probably put the paper towels in here. Not quite sure what this one's going to be. It'll probably... I was going to put more shelves in this one, but I think I'm just going to leave this empty. And it'll be more of a catch-all for the big stuff, like, you know, what is it, the 1/2-inch airline for the 1-inch impact, stuff like that. And this one will be my toolbox in here and all the tools, as far as, you know, sockets all the way up to 1-inch drive. You know, I'll put a toolbox in here, weld a bracket up in here, so I have all my drawers to pull out, wrenches, sockets, that sort of stuff. Calipers, all the stuff that I don't want to get beat up. Have some chain in there, some binders. So I picked this truck up for $300, and it didn't run. Well, it ran. The guy had sheared just about every. Oh, by the way, it has like brand new tires on this thing too. It was a state truck. The guy, he was a drunk, and he sheared about every bolt off the water pump, and power steering fluid leaked. It started, but that was about as far as it went. I drove it up onto a dolly. So, oh my gosh, the valve cover gaskets, there pretty much was none. It'd run out just as fast. So anyways, I got it home, new valve cover gaskets, cleaned it up, welded. I was able to weld some nuts. Like, this is the new water pump, but I was able to weld the head was sheared off on all of them. Well, that's not true. It was back in here. You can't see, but into the block. But there was about a 1/4 inch sticking out of and I was able to get a nut on there and weld the nut and then back them out. Came actually pretty easy. And then I don't know if you can see that I painted everything, but back there the bell housing, the starter, and then the bell housing is painted. That's because I just put a clutch in it. Didn't need a clutch, but it was definitely worn out, or, you know, it felt worn out. When I pulled it out, someone replaced the clutch plate itself, but just that's it. They didn't resurface the flywheel or anything like that. So I resurfaced the flywheel myself at work. This is the only mismatched tire on there. The story is he put a rock in the sidewall or something and went and got a used tire for 25 bucks. whatever, it is what it is. So, but still not exactly sure. I'll probably have this will probably have like the welding tools to stick, and the grinders and everything will probably be in here. That's probably what will happen. You know, stuff like this, the easy out, or the taps and dies, easy outs, filters. This is, if you know Detroit's, these are Detroit filters. Which is actually cool about the skidder. The transmission uses the identical filter itself, so pretty much just keep 2 of these on hand. I got one for the engine, one for the tranny. I haven't replaced the hydraulic filter yet. I don't know what that one is. I know where it's at. It's a canister filter. Doesn't look original. So next time you see this, we'll have the fuel tank painted. Probably the winch will be mounted. Air tank will be painted. And I won't have this dumb hook hanging down. But this has the 350. I'm gonna close the hood. This has the 351 Windsor 4-speed manual. Pretty much basic. Oops. So, anyways, I would say, and that thing runs good. I would say that that's probably the best $300 I've ever spent, including the clutch, including tax, licensing, everything. I am in at $600. And then, you know, then my little crane and air compressor and stuff. The compressor I bought for $50. Then the rototiller engine was free. And the crane was $100. So, anyways, that's the service truck.